Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Hope all is well with you. I want to talk to you about a race that's coming on this weekend. It's going to be the Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube. Going to be at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Defending champion of this race, actually back-to-back, is going to be Joey Logano. He won there last year on a late pit strategy where he accidentally stayed out when he was supposed to come in for tires, and it ended up being a situation where it worked out for him. A lot of the top contenders pitted. Then you had a lot of guys stay out. I think you had like 9 cars stay out there and end up in better positions there. So this race last year was a interesting one. It was a tale of two different races in a way, because Kevin Harvick was very dominant on the short runs last year, really fast on the short run. But once the tires got old, Chase Elliott emerged as the best car in the field. So you won't see as much give up on the tire, I don't believe, as what you saw at Homestead. But the tire does give up some. It does make a difference, but it's not quite as drastic as Homestead. So you may see some varying pit strategies. You might see some guys stay out. You might see some guys take 2 tires and different things like that and mix the strategy. But the last year's race results were really not indicative of who was really fast in the race. It definitely, I think Joey was pretty good early in the race, but then he kind of faded. And then, like I said, he accidentally stayed out on the racetrack when he was supposed to pit. And then luckily for him, I think there was, like I said, about 9 or 10 guys stayed out and kind of gave him enough buffer to where the other guys just didn't have time to get back to him with a short burst like that. It was only a 2-lap sprint there at the end. Matt DiBenedetto finished second in that race. You had guys like Austin Dillon up there in the top 5 in that race as well. And again, he kind of didn't run that great throughout the race, but caught that break late. So the way I see this race this year, last week was a complete shock. I think that, most NASCAR fans, most people that really pay close attention to the sport will tell you that last week was definitely a big shock for a lot of us guys and gals that watch this stuff. Just seeing a lot of unusual suspects up front. You had Chris Buescher up there. You had William Byron come out and spank him in the end and get another surprise winner there. And some of the guys we thought would be fast were not very fast and really struggled. I think this week you get back to regularly scheduled programming. I think you're going to have Chase Elliott up front. I think you're going to have Kevin Harvick up front. You're going to have Denny Hamlin up front. Brad Keselowski is going to be up front. Martin Truex Jr. is going to be up front. I think you're going to have your usual cast of characters back in the front of this field, and things are going to get back to somewhat of a normal situation here. So my top 5 for the week, I got Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, and Denny Hamlin in my top 5. As for who's going to win the race, I think Chase Elliott is poised to win this race. I think last week was a little bit of an anomaly. He was good in the beginning of the race at Homestead and kind of got off there. Wasn't able to gather it back up and get the car where it needed to be. But I think Chase Elliott rebounds. I think this place kind of owes him one. He's been really fast here for the past few years he's been here. Probably should have won at least 2 of those races. I think Ryan Blaney's going to be a player, even though I didn't list him in my top 5 as well. I think he's going to be right there. I think he's going to be battling. I think Kyle Larson's going to be up in the mix. There's just a lot of this. One thing I've noticed as I'm studying these Cup races this year is that how deep the fields truly are. The fields for these races, I mean, you got 10, 15 guys that could legitimately win the race on speed. And I don't think we could really say that in past years of racing. You got a lot of guys and a lot of good equipment, and they're going to have a lot of good opportunities to win races. And it's really hard to pick these things, as you guys know, because anything can happen. And with no practice and qualifying, it really makes it a big-time crapshoot. But I think the guys last week, that the usual suspects that weren't able to run up front like they normally would, gathered a lot of information last week, sort of like a test session. I think this is the rules package is a little bit different. So there was a slight bit of an adjustment there for the guys from this year to last year. I think they're going to be able to make that adjustment. And I think the cream's going to rise to the top, and not casting any aspersions on the Chris Bushers of the world, who was really strong, and William Byron of the world. Look, I'll be the first to admit, I'm really shocked at how well William Byron has done in general. He's really run really good to start this year off. Really impressed me last week, but I certainly don't think he's in the caliber of the top drivers that we talk about on a weekly basis, the Kevin Harvicks, the Denny Hamlins, the Chase Elliott's, the guys like that. I don't think he's in that class. So I think the cream's going to rise to the top here. I think you're going to see Chase Elliott get the win. He's definitely overdue for this place, and just had I think last year he'd had a great chance to win it, but he had a tire go down and ended up finishing 26th. So I just like him to take care of business in this race and win this week. This will be the second time this year in 4 races that I picked Chase Elliott to win. But I just think he's overdue at this place. So like Chase to take care of business and get that first win out of the way for the season, and probably going to be the first of a whole bunch, because I like his chances at all those road courses, and a couple more tracks we'll go to here coming up. But wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if any of these top 5 won the race. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Blaney popped up there. He's been struggling this year so far. I look for him to bounce back, and Kyle Larson's just getting more and more comfortable with his car. I think Kyle Larson's going to be a force to be reckoned with before this year is out. I think he just needs a little bit more seat time to get reacclimated to these cars and some of the changes since he's actually driven in the series. So I think he's going to be a factor later on this year for sure. So, but yeah, that's what I got, guys. Let me know what you thought, what your thoughts are on this race, who you think's going to win, why they're going to win. Hit me up in the comments and let me know. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Really appreciate all the support. And it's really fun doing this stuff and just talking about sports. So we enjoy it, and we're going to keep it on and see if we can get some of these things right one of these days. So thanks, guys, again. Appreciate it. And you all have a great Wednesday. And we're going to be over the hump here in a little bit as far as Wednesday, and headed for the weekend. So thanks a lot, guys. You have a great day.